flicked the switch. "I'll see you tomorrow." She gave Madog a pointed look before striding away. "What was that about?" Kitty asked. Madog shrugged. "You know your sister-in-law, always complaining about something." "She sounded pissed off." Madog smiled. "Doesn't she always?" He felt a sense of relief now Pippa had left. He would have liked to have told Kitty what Pippa wanted, but he didn't want to burden her. Not yet. She had a couple more days' peace left. He wanted her to have that time. A howl of laughter came from the direction of the bonfire, and they both turned to look. "Escaping, are you?" Madog asked. "Yeah, it's been a long day." "And a hard one for you." "It was a nice send-off for Mum. She's out of pain now, and with Dad. I just have to keep reminding myself of that." "Yes," Madog agreed. "I'm the last one standing." It had been hard for him to watch as his sister-in-law's coffin had been lowered into his brother's grave. The idea of him being next in the plot sent a shiver over his body. It also reminded him that he needed to get his own affairs in order, and that meant letting Kitty know where to look. How to do it was the difficult thing. "Well, I hope you plan on staying around a lot longer," Kitty said as she threaded her arm through his. "I'm getting old, Kitty," Madog said. Tonight he felt every one of his 74 years. "Don't say that," Kitty said. "You have years left, and what would I do without you? Come on, I'll walk you home." They took the path that led past one of the cottages that was rented out during the summer. Kitty switched on her torch and illuminated the gravel track that led down to a wide stream. Water could be heard tumbling over rocks, the sound mixing with the distant voices of those still enjoying the bonfire. When the stream was low, they could cross at this point, but it was dark and the rocks could be treacherous, so they headed for the bridge. They talked about Kitty's mother, and Madog felt a weight in his heart. He had loved Connie almost as much as his brother had. He would miss her and that connection to his late brother. When they reached the bridge, Madog stepped back to let Kitty cross first. It was narrow with iron railings each side, and they always had the habit of stopping halfway across and looking down into the water. Kitty leaned against the rails and shone her torch downwards. "I don't want you to worry about what will happen on Monday," Madog said. "You mean the codicil?" "Yes." "I'm not worried. Well, not really. We knew the time was coming. It will be a relief in some way. I always wondered what Dad wrote in his letter and why we had to wait all this time to find out. As you have it, I guess you already know." Madog knew he had to be careful what he said now. "Yes, and I'm so grateful you've never asked me to tell you." "It wouldn't be fair. It was Dad's final wish. Whatever it is, I will just have to accept it." "You know you'll always have a home here," Madog said, "no matter what happens. I don't want you to worry about that." "But what will surround my home? Will all this be gone?" Madog looked out into the darkness. He didn't need the light to see the acres of land, the patchwork fields of yellow, green, and brown ever changing in the seasons, the trees with their russet autumn leaves and the dancing hornwort in the lakes. He knew it by heart. Kitty was right to be concerned about the land. Once he was gone, who would be left to fight for it? He didn't trust the others, especially Kitty's husband, Quentin. He just hoped she would be strong enough when the time came. "Come on, I'm getting cold," he said. They crossed the bridge, and the lights from Madog's cottage came into view. They stopped at the gate. Usually Madog would invite her in, and they would have a chat over tea. Not tonight. He still had things to do. "I'm going to say good night," Madog said. "I'm tired, and you should get some rest." "Are you coming for breakfast in the morning?" "I think I'll give it a miss," Madog said. "Too many people, and they'll be..."